Hi guys!
Hi.
Every time do you have
Yeah.
to? Okay. Welcome to another episode of His Show.
It's the Nick and Dick Show.
Woo! That's Nick.
That's Dick.
And today we have a special guest for you.
She's 5'2" and not a Jew. She's black and she's from Tonga. And she can be a nice person when she really wants to be.
You know those videos that you see of the little Tongan boy coming out of the crate and barrel with the
Yes,
water?
I've seen that.
Yeah, that's not her.
Oh.
So, without further ado, we'd like to introduce
Peta.
Here's Peter!
Hi guys!
Okay, thanks for coming. It's been a great show, guys.
Fuck off, bitch!
We're having a nice glass of Riesling.
We are.
So this segment is what we call wine time. Wine time is very important because we're amongst friends and we talk the truth. And I think that's really important. Like
I actually drank some of it.
I don't mind a
Hard
nice
nut, bitch.
glass of Riesling.
Yeah, I don't mind a nice glass of Riesling too, but did this come from like cardboard?
Ooh, it's a bit acidic. That just really hits the back of your throat there.
It just gets a bit raspy.
Anyway,
we're so lucky to have someone with such a high level of class to our channel,
yes.
like Nick.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm just adoring Meryl right here. Isn't she
Yes.
beautiful?
We call Richard Meryl Streep because
That's all.
Richard looks really old with the blonde hair and the lines around the eyes and the lips and the drawn-in cheeks from sucking too many penises.
Yeah, at least I'm sucking some penis.
Guys,
Cock?
penis.
Penis.
What do we think of it?
I think that is the world's greatest invention.
I think they're great. Do you prefer an uncircumcised or a circumcised
Oh,
penis?
sweetheart, I really don't care as long as it's penis, really.
I
You know,
prefer
as long as it
them-
can pleasure me.
I prefer them with a pulse. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like them with a little hat on, or do you prefer them without the hat?
I don't really mind because I mean, you know,
I guess it's kind of like a brown jacket.
you
What
can
do
pull
think?
it. You can pull the hat back. I mean, you can style it.
But it's like a Kinder Surprise. You don't know what's inside until you
Oh.
turn to
I
a
did see
topic
that.
that I like to talk about quite a lot because I think it's very important in this day and age to accept each other for who we are. And I just wanted to have a general discussion about something. And
Barbra Streisand.
usually people don't bring Barbara into this, okay? Usually
Bro.
people, they don't like associating with people like this, or they might have anger towards them or confusion or wondering why they chose that lifestyle. So
Why did you
I just wanted to
choose
talk
to be
about,
Asian?
well, no, I wanted to talk about why you chose to live in Mount Druitt for so long.
Yeah, I always wanted to know that. You know, they also made another town that's like a sister town to Mount Druitt. It's called The Entrance. It's like south of Newcastle. Yeah,
They used to be really nice, though. It used to be a real holiday destination.
yeah, Mount Druitt on the water.
Yeah, and then Housing Commission took over.
Mm.
I grew up in St Mary's, which is just next to Mount Druitt.
Just because it has Marys in it, darling, doesn't make it holy.
No, I was the Mary in it.
Oh.
And it,
Precious.
thank you. It was hard. It was rough growing up in such a bogan area.
Did you have a sore butthole?
No, I had a sore face from, you know.
Yeah, because the people aren't very nice in areas
No,
like
they're
that.
not.
They
They're
don't
terrible.
understand
When,
class and
yeah,
sophistication.
when you're looking like
And just utter
this,
gorgeousness.
you know, fabulous, people resent it.
They get confused when they see the rainbows fall out of your mouth when you talk. And
Yeah. And, you know, they think, you know, I want to have sex with him, but unfortunately, you know, that means I'm gay, so instead I'm going to beat him up.
I think it's good, though, that country towns like Port Macquarie, I know I say country, but it's
It's
coastal,
regional.
a regional
darling,
town
regional.
like Port Macquarie is
Mhm.
more accepting than a city town, suburb like St Mary's. And
you think they would because it's like sort of encompassing of the whole like Sydney area,
and
you
the
know?
Oxford
Like,
Street with Flurry Hills
like
and
it's it's confusing because you think that they would be a little bit more understanding.
yeah. Moving on to another topic, transgender's become quite a big thing in society and in the news. I mean, you've got Caitlyn Jenner and
Laverne
Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking love
So,
So I think it's really important that we start to talk about why did you choose to live as a man?
because I was quite ashamed of my vagina.
Oh, are you darling? Can we swap? Can I have
No.
your vagina?
I was actually born a biological man.
Oh, you poor thing.
Look, I love it though. But some people don't.
But you
love
don't
it.
use it.
God willing, by fall I will. But if we just focus on a serious topic here, transgender in a regional town can be hard. Have you found a lot of people in town? Oh, Peter is transgender, by the way. If the 5 o'clock shadow didn't give it away. So, are people in Port Macquarie accepting of this lifestyle choice?
Lifestyle choice. Yeah, like it's quite amazing. Everyone is been very, very supportive. I haven't really had a lot of people with negative views or anything like that, but I have had a lot say, "Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were already a girl," or "I just thought you were like a lesbian. You know, you were just a butch girl." So that's probably why the lesbians used to hit on me.
But it's good though that a regional town like that's very.
I think so
accepting,
too.
yeah.
I think so.
Especially
too.
with organisations like Hero, at www.heroworld.au. Make sure you like that link. See, the address is just here. It'll probably cover this.
Down the bottom where my boobs are.
And also, I think it's good that you're going through it. You have a supportive family and friends. Name changes happen, which is exciting.
Because
legal,
we're not very supportive. Thank you.
I guess one of the main things people ask about a transgender person is why? Why are you transgender?
Why? Well, why not?
Why aren't you happy in the body you were given?
Okay, well, when it all boils down to it, I believe that genetically you know who you are. So, unlike poor Richard, who genetically cannot stop touching and preening his Meryl Streep hair, it's like sexuality. You don't get a choice in the matter. You are who you are. So, unfortunately, that's the reality of it all. I've known since I was a child, like since I was very young, maybe 5, when I sort of started recognizing those signs of, wanting to play the princess or wanting to play with Barbies, or, you know, I still played with all the trucks and cars and did all the boy toy things, but I wanted the Barbies. I wanted the Barbie camper. I wanted to play with the girls. I didn't want to play with the boys. I wanted to wear the costumes, like all the girl costumes. I didn't want to dress in boy ones because I think you know in yourself already.
So you're sort of identified as a girl.
You do, yeah. And you just sort of just kick it to the back of the cupboard and not think about it.
It's like when you grow up knowing you're gay. I mean, when I was little, I did the same things as you did. I wanted to play with the Barbie dolls, and Richard just loved men.
I play with action men.
I mean, there's similarities there too, gay and transgender,
there
and bi,
is, but you sort
stuff
of
like that. But you're not doing this because it turns you on or anyone else on. You're doing it because it's who you identify yourself.
Yeah, exactly, and that's how, when you know who you are internally as a person. I've had a few talks to people about this sort of topic, where it's about people say, "Oh, but you know, my son's gay and he's just very, very camp, you know, and that blah, blah, blah. Does that mean he's transgender? And it's like, well, no. Does he identify himself as female? Does he believe that he is female? Does he feel like he is a female trapped in his body or in his male form? Like, that's the difference between being gay. Most gay men like being men.
Mm-hmm.
They're happy in themselves being a man, you know, and there's not 1 ounce of them that wants to change that. You know, a drag queen is just someone like a transvestite. They like to dress up. Don't give me that. You are. That's what drag queens are.
We do it because we're too fabulous.
They have so much fashion,
so much style
for one gender that
except for Ruthless, she has none.
I have so little fashion sense.
She's what we call crack horse chic.
I've got so little fashion sense that I've got to try and spread it over 2 genders to have.
yeah. And so, you know, the same thing again. Like, people sometimes view drag queens as, oh, are they like transsexuals as well? Or are they transgender? And it's not necessarily true.
No, we're clowns.
They're basically clowns.
We're performers.
Female clowns.
I think that people...
yeah.
I think that people really need to separate the concept of gender with sexuality.
They're 2 separate things.
Yeah, your gender is the type
who you
of person
identify
you
yourself as.
Your sexuality is the kind of person you're
who we're attracted to.
Gender is inward. Sexuality is outward.
See, that's what I've just realised recently because I've been looking at it because I've never really... I understand it, but I've wanted to learn more. And you get people... Like, just say you get a female who identifies as a man, so he is attracted to males, therefore gay. So she is a gay male. And I thought that was really cool. Like... She identifies herself as a man, so she is, but she's also attracted to men.
I forget his name, but there's actually a female to male transgender that does porn.
I have seen her, and she sleeps with men. Yes, and she is like a gay male.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, not a mindfuck to watch, but it's.
I did come across that at one stage.
Okay,
I bet you did.
You should admit.
Well, it's part of research, darling. It's all part of the research. I mean...
I'm bringing up some hungry crap.
I mean, it's all part of the research. I've been transitioning for like 15 years, you know, and it's only just the last 7 months I've actually been doing my medical transition with hormone therapy. And as yet, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do bottom surgery, as I don't think it is an absolute importance. But if it is to you, then you know what the answer is. If you feel in yourself that is what you need to do to feel complete, then you do it. If you feel like you don't need to have that done, then don't have it done. I mean, there's no pressure. There's no rule saying you have to or you don't. I mean, it all comes down to personal preference, really.
I think that basically everyone can relate to it in some form because in some form or another we're all transitioning over life. We all go from being a boy from, you know, St. Mary's to
Paul McCrory.
To you
resent that.
You resemble that. You constantly.
I think now we need to talk about one of the most important things, boys. So, men. We could just leave it there, really, couldn't we? We know they're fucking assholes. We know
they are. They're absolute
rude,
pricks.
arrogant.
They're bastards, and our genetics tell us that we have to have them. We can't live without them, and they're fucking amazing. And I just can't live without them. But they're
oh my
assholes.
god, we were just talking about it in the car, Richard and me. We were like in a queue at the health food store, and
we were in a queue waiting to get into the gym.
Health food store.
Yeah, we bought carrots and legumes. And we were talking about because Richard identifies.
I think I've got a
himself,
chip in my throat. You know.
Oh, your health food store smoothie.
Is that Burger King?
It's so there's no coaster under that. It's sort of killing me inside that there's no co-star.
He's not gay at all.
I'll put it on your table right now.
So Richard identifies himself as a top.
Yes.
I
think that it's important to realise that whoever you are as a person doesn't reflect what you like sexually.
There again.
I may look like a complete nugget bottom, but I don't like...
Hey, I like to top sometimes.
But I think we can all agree...
I do.
I think we can all agree that there is one man in the world that we would all bottom for, and that is Ryan Reynolds.
Your wine glass didn't sing.
No.
Yeah, well, see, in my past life, or my old life, my previous life,
she was apparently Cleopatra.
Yeah, she was something.
I was, and you know what?
Cleopatra's handmaiden.
I liked being a dom top.
This just went to a very dark place.
I don't think bringing a race into it really helps.
If you need to get off, you got to get off.
This wine's delicious. Do you not agree, guys? It's great.
Nick's a dom top.
Meanwhile,
it gets funnier and funnier every time I hear it.
He's a dom top and he's a dom bottom.
We already did that joke last video. We did that
passive
I saw
top.
that.
Passive top. I just lay there like a starfish, pull my nightie down when you're done.
Passive top. Well, then you might as well be a bottom.
Also, guys, we do have I'm doing some shameless advertising here on the, I have to find the date. It's the 19th or the 13th.
Just check it. Just go on and check it.
At the bar restaurant.
Nothing
there's
like
going
a shameless
to be
plug.
a drag show and dinner like the previous one.
Oh, Friends of Dorothy's, look out.
It is on the 18th. I was completely wrong. The 18th of November.
It was in between the numbers you were saying.
18th of November.
You mean to tell me you're one of those theatricals?
Well, it's
I
going to be...
really wouldn't call it theatre.
So it's on the 18th of November. It's at the bar restaurant and cafe at Flint's Beach.
Mm-hmm. We'll pop up some photos and some link and stuff now.
There will be a link underneath, right down there, towards Richard's package.
Not
down there, there'll be a link to the bar restaurant and cafe's website and also our Drag Personas Facebook page. And follow us and come along to the show. It's going to be really fun. It's Kathleen Kim's Worn Bag Awards. And it's going to be hilarious. Clearly, I will be, I'll be Kim.
Kath here.
Because I'm pretty and I'm just, yeah.
Can you make sure she doesn't have a
beard this pretty time? Disgusting, Kim.
No beard.
Give it a bone, Mum. So, anyways.
Looks like you've sucked the life out of every bone you've ever had.
It's not the only thing she sucked.
I have a topic that... Well, it's not really a topic. I have a segment of the show that I would like to start right now. It's called Our Visitor's Tips.
Visitor's Tips.
Our visitor today is obviously Peta. What is your tip for life?
For life? It depends on what the topic is. Like
life in general.
Life in general.
If you're
live honestly. Yeah. Just live honestly and. Just be true to yourself, and treat others how you'd like to be treated. That's all you can do.
I think that
you want me to dress you in leather and bash you around with a whip?
Can you?
I think that the living honestly part is actually quite good to move into something to talk with you about. I like the fact that you put yourself out there and market yourself as actually transsexual, like a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think that a lot of people appreciate that, because there's a lot of people that just put their picture out there without actually describing what they are, which causes issues down the road.
Like in dating and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's quite good that you put yourself out there and actually say, hey,
you have to be honest.
And I think that that's what actually has made it so that you have a much smoother transition, and what you are having a much smoother story than most people who have gone into transition and hit it, I do think that it's probably a positive for you.
Yeah,
I think it is important to label, maybe on dating sites, exactly what you are. I couldn't tell you enough how many times people think that I'm a straight male, and it just really annoys me. And I get all these messages from females, and I'm like, dude, I don't like boobies and all that stuff.
They don't mistake you for a straight male. They mistake you for a dyke.
You know, that makes sense now.
But yeah,
is it the hair? Is it the Rosie O'Donnell slick back? Should I start walking up a plane aisle singing show tunes?
No.
Clang, clang, clang with the trolley. No.
Yeah, I think you should stop walking around going, I went and visited Home Depot last week.
But yeah, I completely agree. You have to be honest. Look, I can't stress this enough with all my trans girls and trans guys. You've got to be honest from day one. You can't just, if you don't feel comfortable putting it out there at the start in, say, your profile, at least tell them as soon as you start conversing with them. Not in like 20 texts later when you've already established some sort of connection. You want to do it straight up. You know, you need to be honest and give them the opportunity to think about what they're feeling and what they're thinking. And if it's not for them, you know, it's just being courtesy, you know, it's just courteous to do that.
And I think it's important to be honest with yourself because, I mean, when it comes to dating and stuff like that, if you're not going to accept who you are and if you can't actually accept what you're going through, then how are you going to expect anyone else to do it?
Well, exactly.
And in saying that, I think it's important to show that honesty and truthfulness with yourself because then you have all the youth looking at you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, if they see someone like yourself or even us who are gay and really open about it, then it's incentive for them to say, well, you know what, it is okay to be different. And I mean, I know growing up, I was the big kid, I was the fat kid, I was the gay one who had several girlfriends through high school. I was a bit of a player. But it wasn't until year 11 when I started talking to you and I thought, well, maybe it's not as horrible to be out and gay anymore.
Well, yeah.
So I think it is important to show pride in yourself.
Yeah, and be
honesty and pave the way for the future because the children are our future. I should not sing that.
I mean, it is true. It is very, very true. And
oh, by the way, there'll be a link for the youth under here, which is headspace.org.au.
Yes.
That's Headspace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Headspace. They're great though. Hero work very closely with them.
Yeah. They're a great group. Great group.
I've had several friends that have gone and gotten some counselling and help through Headspace, and I really want to stress to anyone if you need someone to talk to about any issues, go to Headspace.
If you're obviously over 25, then maybe
then you're on your own. Sorry.
Well, you've got Beyond Blue, and you've got
Acon.
Acon, they're a referral service. Even Heroes are a referral service. If you need help, we can point you in the direction.
Drop us a line.
Yeah. Just give us a chat. Say comments below and be like, yo, what's up? And maybe next time we're in your neck of the woods, we can chat. Unless it's Mount Druitt, we'll have to remain in the car with the doors locked, windows up.
We'll call you if you're in Mount Druitt. We'll
meet you somewhere nicer like Quarry.
Hey, I want to know from a gay male perspective, what are your feelings towards these stereotypes or labels or
like what? Are we talking like straight acting?
Yeah, it's like straight acting, masculine for masculine and dumb top and I don't do really gay guys. Like I don't do
camp
femme,
and stuff like that.
No femme. What about really racist titles like No Rice or Spice? Or,
so I think that all comes down to immaturity because
it is. It's very
if you say mask for mask, what is masculine? I mean,
Why? Because you got muscles.
if you ask a straight guy, you're not masculine if you are sleeping with men.
Oh, darling, there's nothing straight about being like gay. Sleeping with men. Sleeping with men is not straight acting.
Oh, do you guys?
I'm sorry, it's not.
I
And I should know because I used to be a gay man and now am a straight woman.
No, you were never a gay man.
I just pretended for like
I think guys just need...
29 years.
I mean, it doesn't help with apps like Grindr
Oh,
and
shit, no,
Growler
you know how old I am.
stuff like that.
We'll edit it out.
When you look at apps like Grindr and Growler and what is there, like Tinder and all the gay ones, whatever, Boy Ahoy, is that even one? Does that exist anymore?
Yeah. It's
I think it's because of those apps that gay people have tended to judge by the book by its cover because it all goes by the profile pic.
And everyone's put into classes and subclasses and titles because they want to cater for all types. They have to segregate people into these classes.
The gay world is small enough.
You're just
as
a
it
person.
Is. The gay world is small enough as it is without us segregating and putting ourselves into smaller and smaller groups.
Yeah, exactly. The fact is, we are all human and we're all people, and it shouldn't matter whether you're femme or masculine in your how you present yourself. It shouldn't matter whether you're green, pink, blue, orange. I don't give a shit. I don't care if you're from a different country or a different planet. It shouldn't really matter. Like
different planet might.
Oh, you know what I mean.
Legal reasons.
I just think
like Mexicans.
Tasmania.
We will be happy to sleep with aliens.
I think it's important. Like, I look at it this way. I actually respect the people with blank profiles for the fact that if it's the reason why they're doing it, the fact that you actually have to talk with them. You're not just scrolling through looking at a picture going, no,
he's not hot. Yeah. He's not hot.
You just see their age,
girl.
you see their height, you go, you know what, I might say, hey, if they're not for me, hey, we could be friends. If not, whatever.
Yeah, I think that you really, by just looking at someone and saying, hey, I won't have sex with you, it's really ruling out a chance to get to know someone. I mean, you may not have sex with everyone, but how's about actually connecting with more people in the world?
Well, it's not really allowing you to connect with people to be friends or anything like that. It's pretty much becoming more like a slut line. You know, it's like, go on here if you want to get off, find someone to shag on this site. You know, you're up for some fun. Like, that's like nearly with every dating site these days. Like, I'm on a few, but when you go on them, okay, I'm on a lot, okay? But
she's always on her phone, like.
What can I say? They all want a piece of the pie. Just, they all...
Luckily, there's a lot of pie to go around.
I wouldn't call it a pie, I'd call it a sloppy Joe.
Well, the fact is that... Don't touch me. People, like, it's unfortunate, but a lot of people aren't there for personality. They're there for a fuck. That's what they're looking for.
Oh God, they want.
And even when they put on there that they're looking for a relationship and not just for something casual,
a certain look for them to be considered.
Yeah,
it's like a job interview, isn't it?
It's literally like fill out your resume.
Yeah, your profile picture is your resume.
Yeah,
it's your headshot.
And it's like,
when I turned 30, magically all these people that I had been talking to for like the last couple of years who wanted to sleep with me, as soon as I turned 30, they were like, not anymore.
Yeah.
Is that because
we were both literally the same distance in age as we've always been. Always been the same age bracket. Always been the same like length in between our ages. And then I hit 30, and
it was like a no-go. You're a no-go.
Now your sex life is non-existent. That's a really sad story.
That's because I moved to Port Macquarie.
Shrivel up and fall off.
Sorry. Well, it's been a great evening, guys.
It has been a very lovely evening.
And because Pete was here, our video hit 33 minutes.
It did, but after editing...
I know, but you know what? People like a little more substance.
Cut it.
Yes, with Pete, you
what?
always get a lot more.
Hey, like My videos normally go between
Your videos are usually split between 2 to 4 because you keep having.
It is not. I just like to have a chat. You know, I'm a hairdresser, so that's all I do all day. All I do is talk all day.
I would never.
And I enjoy
That's
it.
why my hair's grey. I went in for a light blonde and she just kept going and now it's white.
The bitch wanted Meryl Streep, so I gave her fucking Meryl Streep and she should be fucking thankful.
Well, that's the end of our program this evening.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me, guys.
Could you get out of the shot so we can say goodbye?
It's just rude. But I don't want to leave. Like,
bye, Peta.
Oh, but
bye.
But
goodbye now. Goodbye.
I just want to say
goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Maybe Peter will join us next week, or maybe it'll be someone even more. And we hope you enjoyed our program. And remember,
follow, subscribe,
subscribe, and be honest and truthful with yourself.
What do you got to eat?
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.